blessed to have someone here tonight who's, I'll let him say his story, but Skaist is here from Eretz Yisrael. He's been serving in the reserves in there over the past year, and has just an incredible neshama, an incredible story to tell, and he's joining us tonight. Please join us.
Wow.
What an honor to be here. What a pleasure to be here. I apologize for those who have my back to. Baruch Hashem, I've had the zchut to spend most of the last year in and out of Gaza, in Miluim. And thank God for the last month and a half, I've been here in the States with my family, just a little bit, sharing, trying to reflect, trying to process, and understand what it is that we've been through, as if that's ever possible. It's been a full year since the morning of Simchas Torah. So I daven in a beautiful minyan in Ma'ale Gilboa. We live on a kibbutz called Ma'ale Gilboa. It's kind of on the way up north. And it's a beautiful minyan because there's no limits, no official nusach, no official time. Sometimes we start Kivat so early, and sometimes we go, Chabad style. And sometimes we sing a lot, and sometimes we don't. It's mamash geula. Because everyone is there to connect to each other, to pray together, to sing together. And that morning, I get up early, it's still dark outside. I felt something off, but couldn't explain it. And for some reason, I'm also an EMT, volunteered, so always on my phone. Give out Simchas Torah. Not every Yid is able to drive, so figured why take the phone. And we daven Shachris, Hallel, and we're about to make Kiddush. Figured, we'll start Kiddush, have Kiddush going, then we'll lean, and then we'll dance. See where the day takes us. And as I'm about to make Kiddush, I look outside the window, I see my son, who at the time was 12 years old, and he's motioning to me very intently, in a very intense way. I say, come here, come here. And I look at him, and I say, come inside, we're about to make Kiddush. He says, no, you gotta come here, And I go outside, and I walk over, and he takes out of his pocket, he takes out my phone. And he says to me, your phone was ringing, and Ima saw it was from the army, so she picked up. And they said, you need to be available. Now I realize that if I'm getting a call this early in the morning on Simchas Torah, something bad must have happened. I'm part of a unit called the Yasal, Yechidat Srika. I'm a company commander, Mefaked Pluga. Our job is to extract any fallen soldier in the war. And I figured if I'm getting a phone call at this hour, it could only mean one thing. But at the same time, I said to myself, okay, it's probably not a big deal. And after a few phone calls, I'm on the side behind the tree. I didn't want anyone to see because I figured it's no big deal. I realized very quickly that I'm not going to be dancing Hakafos this year. Definitely not going to have Kiddush. And I go back inside and we're about to start laning, and I lean, so they ask me, they're like, oh, start laning, and I kind of start. My phone is buzzing in my pocket. And I get up to Shlishi, and I look at the Gaba and I say, I need Shlishi. I said, what? I'm like, Simchas Torah, everyone's getting an aliyah, just relax. I'm like, no, I need Shlishi. And he gives me Shlishi. And I start making the bracha, and I mamash break down. Can't get through the bracha. I think the chaver around are like, oh, he must have had way too much. Had Kiddush. What happened? No one knew anything. 6:45, 7 o'clock in the morning. And I finished the aliyah, and I look at the Gaba and I said, listen, you know how to lane, right? He's like, what? And I just walk out. I walk out. I don't say anything to anyone. And I go back to my house. As we say, b'mikre or shelo b'mikre, we had a routine training planned for October 8th, 2023. We were planning it for months in advance. We had all our lists in check. We knew which of our soldiers was in the country which wasn't what gear we have, what we don't, what we're missing. We had everything worked out. I had my bag ready to go, my uniform laid out. And I get home, I get into uniform. We weren't officially called up. But I realized that Am Yisrael needs us, needs me. Whatever I could do, I gotta go. I just gotta go. And I look at my wife, who's obviously trying to figure out what's going on. I said, listen, I have no idea. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what I'm going into, but I gotta go. Realizing that these may be the final moments I ever see my wife and my kids. And she looked at me and she said, Hashem yishmor tzedcha uvoecha me'ata ve'ad olam. שיר למעלות, שא עיניי אל ההרים, מאין יבוא עזרי, עזרי מעם אשר עושה שמיים וארץ, אל ייתן למות רגליך, אל ינום שומרך, הנה לא ינום ולא יישן שומר ישראל, השם שומרך, השם צילך, על יד ימינך. יומם השמש לא יככה וירח בלילה, השם ישמורך מכל רע, ישמור את נפשך, השם ישמור צאתך ובואך מעתה ועד עולם. שיר למעלות, שא עיניי אל ההרים, מאין יבוא עזרי, עזרי מעם אשר עושה שמיים וארץ, אל ייתן למות רגליך, אל ינום שומרך, הנה לא ינום ולא יישן שומר ישראל, השם שומרך, השם צילך, על יד ימינך. יומם השמש לא יככה וירח בלילה, השם ישמורך מכל רע, ישמור את נפשך, השם ישמור צאתך ובואך מעתה ועד עולם, מעתה עולם. I can't describe what it's like to get in the car and drive down on Simchas Torah morning, and we're on a conference call with my commander, and we're trying to convince him to allow us to go down to the border, because we understand at this point that there's a real need for help. I have a soldier who's in touch with me, who is at the Nova Festival. Baruch Hashem, he made it out. And he keeps on saying, no, you gotta come to our base, you have to gear up, you need to go in properly, you can't just go in like that, you don't have your weapon, you don't have your gear, protective gear. Probably saved our lives. And I could really probably sit here for hours and hours, which don't worry, we won't. Just those moments, that day. But at about 5 o'clock, soldiers are starting to arrive and so on, and I look at my commander and I say, listen, things are taken care of, it's gonna take a while. Me, you, let's take another few people, let's just go, they need help. We understand that there are already casualties that are just lying there. Still terrorists out there, we need to go. We all have combat training. And he said, you're right. We jump into his car and we drive down. And we just know we need to get to Re'in. It's Kibbutz Re'in, Machane Re'in, Chenyon Re'in, a lot of Re'ins, but like we keep on hearing that word. We pull into Kibbutz Re'in, immediately under fire. We have no idea who's shooting at us, why are they shooting? Do they think we're terrorists? We're in an unmarked vehicle. We jump out, we find cover, and we see other soldiers there, and we're like, what's going on? They say, who are you? And we tell them we're from the Assad. They're like, what's that? Unfortunately now, a lot of people in the army know who we are. We say we're here for the bodies. They're like, well, what are you doing here? Go down to the 232. That famous, infamous road, which we've all seen. We quickly, pretty much dodging bullets, drive out of the kibbutz and we get to the 232 where we see just this horrific scene of cars with our brothers and sisters inside of them, no longer with us, shot and killed. There's this moment of shock, disbelief. How could this be? And right away we were called to Machane Re'in, to the Re'in base, which was just taken back from the terrorists that overtook it. And we arrived there, and there are 13 soldiers who lost their lives from Sayeret Matkal and Shaldad, taking back what's ours, taking back our people, our army base, and right away we start taking care of them. Soldier after soldier. Then we move on back to the road, stopping by cars, by the shelters, on the side of the road, body after body, Jew after Jew, brother after sister, soul after soul. נשמה שנתת בי טהורה היא אלוהי נשמה שנתת בי טהורה אתה נפחת בי ואתה נשמה בקרבי ואתה עתיד נקרא ממני ולהחזיר מילתי לבוא כל זמן שהנשמה בקרבי מודה אני נשמה שנתת בי, טהורה היא, אלוהה, נשמה שנתת בי, טהורה היא, אתה Those first few weeks felt as if we didn't breathe, we didn't eat, we didn't drink, we didn't sleep. We didn't do anything for ourselves. It was all focus, complete focus, determination to take back our pride, to give us back the ability to breathe. And I remember clearly I was there with my commander and we were standing there in Nachal Oz, where we lost 66 soldiers. We're looking at tens of bodies in front of our eyes. And I have these flashbacks, these moments where I'm looking at this and I feel like we're taken back over 70 years to the Holocaust. And I say to myself, how could this be? We swore never again. How could we be in the same place that we were? And I look down and I look around me and I see my army boots, my commander, my fellow soldiers, our tzal uniform. And then it hit me. And I had this realization which continues to allow me, my family, and I think Am Yisrael to do what we're doing. We are so far away from the Holocaust. This is so different. No longer are we walking like sheep to the slaughter. We have a home. We have an army. We have the ability to stand up and to defend ourselves. And even though that day was so painful, it still is. We can feel the pain with every fiber of our being. And we probably will for a very long time. But we were able to be strong and to get back up within less than 12 hours, we were there fighting back and making sure that every single body, every single person that was killed will have a complete burial. No longer do we have mass graves with unknown Jews. We were there, and we're still there, taking every measure possible to get whatever we can, whether it's those couple of weeks from all the kibbutzim, the fields, literally every stone that we could possibly come across. And then after that, in Gaza, every hospital. Can you imagine every morgue? You probably read about this. I don't think you could imagine walking into the Shifa hospital, to a morgue that's been without electricity for probably by then over 3 weeks, and taking out every single body to make sure, to check, maybe there's a slight chance that maybe this is one of our hostages. This might be one of our people. Nasser Hospital, Indonesian hospital, cemeteries. Any cemetery that there was any sort of intelligence indication that there might have been a hostage buried there, we found ourselves digging up graves in the middle of Gaza. Who would have imagined? But I would do it again, and every single soldier of mine would do it again and again and again, for the chance, the small chance, to find even one of our brothers and sisters. And off. After about 2 weeks, information about 2 soldiers from the Nachal Oz base. There was no indication that they were kidnapped. And although we've been through the base many times, we had to go back again. And we came with archaeologists and all these different experts in the field of dirt to try to start sifting through all the ruins, anything that we could possibly, potentially think of. And I find myself crawling through a bombed out building structure. And I come across this metal cabinet. It's all burnt from the outside. And I look inside and I see there's a tefillin bag in there. A blue velvet tefillin bag. And it has the words on it, there's no name, but it has the words, Misaftarina Zichrona Livracha. And I realized that this must be meaningful to someone. So I look a little bit more and I find a notepad, and it had a name. With a phone number. Now I have no idea if this is someone who was killed, had a first name, I don't know. So I dial the number, and it's ringing. My voice answers, hello? I say, Tzvi. He says, Ken. I say, אז אתה בחיים? You're alive. He says, yeah. Who are you? And I say, listen, my name's Eli. I just found your tefillin. He says, Ma? En matzav. No way. I say, no, I found your tefillin. It says, Misaftarina Zichrona Livracha. He says, אבל אמרו לי שהכל נשרף. They told me everything was burnt. אמרו לי שהכל נשרף. I could hear him crying. And I say, Achi, a lot was burnt, believe me. But not your tefillin. And he says, listen, we're about to go into Gaza. Hold on to my tefillin. I got another pair for now. Let's meet in a few months or whatever. Let's meet when I get out, and you'll bring me my tefillin. A few months go by. It takes a while. We end up meeting. He says to me on the phone, he says, listen, do me a favor, I can't come down south anymore. Do me a favor, meet me in Tel Aviv. I say, fine. And I go down to Tel Aviv, and we sit down, give each other a big hug. And he tells me that his plan was, or he was supposed to be, on base, in Nachal Oz, on Simchat Torah. And the day before, Erev Chag, a friend of his said to him, listen, he said, do me a favor. Do you mind switching with me? You'll go home for Chag. I'll stay here instead of you. And next Shabbat, I'll go home and you'll be here. I said, why not? I'd rather be home for Chag, for sure. And he says, and that friend, along with 7 other of his close friends, were all killed. And he says, all I wanted to do was join my friends. All I wanted to do was go into Gaza, kill as many terrorists as I can, get my nekama, and join my friends up in Gan Eden. It's the only thing I wanted to do. I had no desire to live. We're getting ready to go into Gaza, and then you call. And you tell me that my tefillin survived. And I realized maybe there is a reason for me to continue living. There's a reason to fight another day. Not everything was burnt. בוודאי גם שם נמצא השם יתברך final tefillah, or at least I will, yes, continue. It's so beautiful. Thank you so much. Wow. What an honor. And I want to tell you, people ask me all the time, how do you do this? This must be so difficult. And I have a few answers. Number one is my wife, my family, so strong. Hashem, we had a beautiful baby this year, and a bar mitzvah, smachot. Ben hametim l'chaim, ben hachaim l'metim. It hasn't been easy, it's still not easy. So thank you for allowing me to share and to open up by opening your hearts. And the second answer is that I never, ever, ever felt alone. Because of all of you and every single Jew around the world that poured out their hearts with tefillah and with giving, mamash, 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 Am Yisrael Chai. We felt it, we felt it. We felt all your love, we felt all your tefillot, the donations, the gifts, whether we needed them or not, it didn't matter, because they meant so much. And Be'emet, thank you from the bottom of my heart for allowing me to experience so many steps closer to Geulah than ever before. My soldiers, Am Yisrael, we're in the highest of the high. We're mamash so close, because getting together like this and celebrating the Gvura, celebrating the Achdut, celebrating the Otzma of Am Yisrael, Netzach Yisrael Lo Yishaker. That takes strength, that takes courage to play music, to rise up. We rise up from the pain. That's what we do, that's who we are. And our hearts and souls, and like we said, Be'emet, will never be complete until every single hostage is returned. Ben hachaim u'ben hametim. And I know that we will never rest until that task is complete, which we hope will be very, very soon.
amor.